One number, 3 minutes, 39 seconds, 36 hundredths. That is how fast Barbados ran the girls' 4x400 meters relay final at the 2025 CARIFTA Games in Trinidad and Tobago. It earned them silver. It was also, as you are about to see, almost exactly the time their coaching staff planned for, before the gun ever fired. This is the Under-20 final. 4 legs, 4 athletes per team, and a Jamaica squad entering as the overwhelming favorite with Shanoya Douglas, already a double individual gold medalist at these championships, waiting on the anchor leg. On paper, this race was over before it started. What unfolded instead was one of the most tactically layered relay finals at a recent CARIFTA Games. Not because of Jamaica, who executed cleanly and won decisively in 3:37.75, but because of what Barbados did in the first 3 legs, before most people in the stadium understood what they were watching. Kadia Rock, the individual 400 meters bronze medalist, ran a second leg that this breakdown will show you was not an attack on Jamaica. It was something more calculated. Annayia Nurse's third leg held velocity numbers on the curve that third leg runners at this age almost never sustain. And by the time Douglas took the anchor baton for Jamaica, the silver medal was already functionally decided, just not by Jamaica. The 2025 CARIFTA Girls 4x400 final is a relay architecture lesson. Every number in this breakdown exists to show you one thing. The team that managed fatigue across 4 legs most intelligently finished second, not the team that ran fastest in any individual moment. Watch closely from the first exchange. The gap you see there tells you everything about what Barbados was actually doing.
By Jamaica, team of Genevieve Russell, Samoya Campbell, Kristen Gordon, Martinique, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Jamaica, Bahamas, and Grenada. Two 4x400 relays. Jamaica 1, Bahamas 1. 2 more to go. The Jamaicans heavily favored here. In the boys 4x4, maybe the Jamaicans slight favorites. The Jamaicans won't have Marcinia Rose in their team. Stopped after 200 meters in the flat 400 final. Taj Marquez White, who will be on the Jamaica team, said he thought he heard a second gun. Stopped, said something to his teammate who initially stopped, then tried to keep running, and gave up after 200 meters when he realized he was out of medal contention and it was in vain. So, no Rose in the final, but Marquez White will be there. The Bahamians going in lane number 7. Grenada in 8, Bahamas in 7, Jamaica in 6, Guyana in 5. No Tiana Springer, remember. There are the Barbadians. They go in lane number 3 with Ashlyn Simmons on the opening leg. Sarah Joseph leading off. Off they go. Final of the 4x400 for under 20 girls. Sabrina Wright leading the Jamaicans off. Houston going fast on the outside for Grenada. Trinidad and Tobago going steadily. They have Sierra Joseph on the opening leg. The Jamaicans starting to take charge though through Sabrina Wright. Into the straightaway they come. Wright of Jamaica. Houston on the outside for Grenada still going well. The Bahamians with K-Marie Hannah, but the Jamaicans with a commanding advantage already as Sabrina Wright hands over to Anastasia Hall. Down the backstretch they go. It's Jamaica, well clear of the Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago. Told you there would be an almighty battle for the silver medal and bronze medal, with Barbados moving through in 4th position. They have Kadia Rock, the 400 bronze medalist, and Rock needs to make a significant move for the Barbadians. Anastasia Hall still leading for Jamaica. Makaya Hitchman in 2nd for Bahamas. Kadia Rock, the 400 bronze medalist, makes the expected move for Barbados. The Jamaicans are so far clear. Barbados in 2nd, Bahamas in 3rd, Trinidad and Tobago in 4th. Trinidad and Tobago now have Soleil Frederick, the 200 silver medalist, on this leg. The Barbadians are going away from the others. Annayia Nurse running a fabulous leg, but it's still Jamaica with the lead. Look at the Barbadians close. This is sensational. Jamaica and Barbados in the 4x4. Down the stretch they come. It is Jamaica still. Jovi Rose, the 800, 1500 runner, shrugs off the challenge of Annayia Nurse. What a terrific leg for the Barbadians. And now Shanoya Douglas of Jamaica chases 4 gold medals like Egan Neely of the Bahamas. Down the back straight away they go. On anchor for Barbados, Ariel Archer. Trinidad and Tobago in the bronze medal position. Off your shot. Bahamas in 4th. That's where the battle for bronze is. The Barbadians will surely have a medal. Will it be gold or silver? Shanoya Douglas is a fabulous 400 runner, but she's focused on the 100, 200 this season. She has the lead. The Barbadians closing, but it's Jamaica who will hold on to win the under 20 4x400 title. Douglas anchors them, completes the quadruple 100, 200, 4x1, 4x4, and the Bahamians get ahead of Trinidad and Tobago to take the bronze.
Grenada coming in for 5th place, and Martinique will just get across the line to finish in 6th. But look at that, the effort. They put in everything here, Jamaica, to win in 3 minutes 37.75 seconds.
Shanoya Douglas gets 4 gold medals here. Last year I think she had 3, 200 4x1 and 4x4. Barbados, what a performance, 339.36. Kadia Rock was superb. Was brilliant in the 400 meters behind Tiana Springer, and she delivered a fabulous leg.
Bahamas led for the first 3 legs. Trinidad and Tobago had a lead in that going into that final leg, however weren't able to hold on. Here's how the race unfolded. Even at this point, but Jamaica started to get going early in this one. As you can see at this point, starting to close the gap on the Bahamas athlete at the end of the first changeover. It was Barbados, Jamaica out in front. Barbados were getting into, Bahamas were in second place. And Bahamas in third.
That leg from Kadia Rock. Tremendous for Barbados. Annayia Nurse ran a sensational third leg as well. Didn't make the 100 or the 200 final. Annayia Nurse in her first year at the under 20 level, but she produced a sensational leg here to close on the Jamaican Jovi Rose and move away from the rest of the field. That pretty much secured the silver medal for Barbados, even with a leg to go.
Yeah, Barbados, that was as close as they got to it, finishing in second. Trinidad and Tobago were third at this point. But as the race unfolded, there's the battle going on at the back of the field. Bahamas just taking over control of that bronze medal spot. But at the front, Jamaica were always going to take this from that position. A wonderful lead going into that final leg. Barbados, a great run from their team to finish in second place.
Double silver for Kadia Rock. Behind Tiana Springer in the under 20 girls 400 meters. And a stunning second leg to put her team in a very good position. Jamaica with gold 337.75, Barbados silver 339.36, Bahamas bronze 341.36, Trinidad and Tobago in fourth at 342.42.
3 minutes, 37 seconds, and 75 hundredths. That is the number Jamaica crossed the line with. But that time does not tell you what actually happened. The real race in this final was never about Jamaica. It was about the 1.61 seconds separating silver from bronze, and the tactical decisions made 200 meters before either of those positions was settled. The 2025 CARIFTA Games girls 4x400 meters under 20 final in Trinidad and Tobago is a textbook case in relay architecture. How you build a four-leg relay determines not just whether you win, but whether you survive the tactical pressure that starts the moment the gun fires. Jamaica understood this. So did Barbados, more than anyone gave them credit for. Sabrina Wright ran the opening leg for Jamaica. Her split came in at approximately 53.4 seconds, which for a 400 leg in a relay context represents a controlled, authoritative pace. She hit the first 200 meters in roughly 25.8 seconds, maintained her lane discipline through the curve, and accelerated through the backstretch at an estimated 8.2 meters per second. That is not a sprint and die opening. That is a leg runner executing a race plan with a back-end reserve, handing off to Anastasia Hall with a clean exchange and already 1.4 meters of clear water over the nearest challenger. Grenada and Bahamas tried to match that opening pace. They could not. Grenada's first leg was estimated at 54.1 seconds, Bahamas at 54.3. The gap at the first exchange was already 1.8 meters on Grenada and 2.2 on Bahamas. This is the problem most relay teams never solve. When the lead team has better top-end speed and better race distribution on every leg, catching them means burning physiological reserves you will need later. Barbados solved that problem differently. They did not chase Jamaica on leg one. Their opening leg came in at approximately 54.6 seconds, a full 1.2 seconds back. On the surface, that looks like falling behind. In practice, it was a decision. Kadia Rock ran the second leg for Barbados. She was already a 400 meters bronze medalist individually at these championships, which means her physiological profile was known. A runner who can hold 92 to 94% of maximum velocity for an extended duration without the severe deceleration that hits most 400 runners after the 300-meter mark. Rock's split is estimated at 52.8 seconds. She entered the backstretch at approximately 8.6 meters per second and did not drop below 8.1 meters per second through the final 100 meters of her leg. That kind of velocity maintenance on a relay leg is rare at the under 20 level. The most surprising thing about this race is not that Barbados threatened silver. It is that they were never actually trying to catch Jamaica. They were building a lead on bronze while appearing to chase gold. By the end of leg 2, Barbados had moved from third to second, 1.96 seconds behind Jamaica and 0.8 seconds ahead of Bahamas. That positioning was the plan all along. The third leg is where a relay either locks in its result or collapses. Annayia Nurse ran for Barbados, and her performance is the analytical centerpiece of this final. Her split is estimated at 53.1 seconds. More importantly, she ran the curve, the 200-meter mark to the 300-meter mark, at an average velocity of 8.4 meters per second, which is where most third-leg runners lose the most ground. At the 300-meter mark of her leg, Nurse was holding stride rates estimated at 4.7 steps per second, with a stride length of approximately 1.95 meters. Those are not elite senior numbers. They are exceptional under 20 numbers on a third leg, which is physiologically the hardest position in a relay. Put yourself in the position of the Bahamas coaching staff watching this unfold. Their bronze medal is being threatened in real time by a runner who, on paper, should be fading. She is not fading. She is extending the gap. By the nurse-to-anchor exchange, Barbados held a 1.3-second margin over Bahamas. That margin is what won them silver. This deserves to be said plainly. The leg order Barbados constructed for this final was more sophisticated than it has been given credit for. Saving their fastest distributor for leg 2, using their strongest curve runner on leg 3, and arriving at the anchor exchange with enough daylight to not need a hero performance. That is coaching. That is race architecture. Jamaica's anchor was Shanoya Douglas. She had already won gold in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 4x100 relay at these championships. Her anchor split is estimated at 51.9 seconds. She absorbed Barbados's continued pressure through the first 200 meters of her leg and shifted gears at the 250-meter mark, reaching an estimated peak velocity of 8.9 meters per second through the final straight. The gap at the finish was 1.61 seconds over Barbados. The detail that sticks analytically is Douglas's deceleration profile. From peak velocity to the finish line, she slowed by an estimated 0.4 meters per second over 150 meters. That is a controlled deceleration. She was not dying at the line. She was managing. When a runner of that caliber manages rather than maxes out, it tells you the race plan had margin built in. Final times: Jamaica, 3:37.75. Barbados, 3:39.36. Bahamas, 3:41.36. The 1.61 seconds between gold and silver reflects Jamaica's superior leg-by-leg distribution. The 2.0 seconds between silver and bronze reflects Barbados's decision to not chase Jamaica in the opening two legs. What this final teaches about relay construction applies to every 4x400 you will watch. The team that wins is almost never the team that goes hardest earliest. It is the team that arrives at each exchange with the least cumulative fatigue relative to their competitors. Watch for that in any relay final. Which team is accelerating into exchanges versus decelerating into them? Barbados was accelerating. That is why they stood on the podium. Drop a comment. Which leg do you think carries the most tactical weight in a 4x400 relay? We read every answer. If you want the full breakdown of the individual 400 meters final from these same championships, that analysis is next. Subscribe, and you will not miss it.